Hi, I'm Julie Farkas, Director of Novi Public Library. Welcome to Beyond Books. Today my special guest is Lisa Shields, and Lisa is the caseworker for Novi Youth Assistance. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that we have the opportunity to talk today because we have a lot in common, and we're going to be talking about teen space, and we're going to be talking about youth assistance in general. But first, I'd love for you to share what you do and what your role is with the Novi Youth Assistance.
Sure. So as a caseworker, I provide short-term confidential casework services to families, to youth and families who reside within the Novi School District. Oakland County Youth Assistance as a whole is a countywide program. So there's a program like Novi Youth Assistance in all of the 26 school districts within the county.
Which is a wonderful resource.
It is. Yes, it is.
And do you see a lot of children through the community?
Yes. Actually, our referral base, well, we get referrals from different resources. Okay. So either from the schools, okay, from either administrators, school counselors, but we also receive referrals from families as well. And the police department, right, they're a great supporter too. So
this is a wonderful positive way for you to help families maybe get a student or a youngster back on track?
Absolutely, yes. Oakland County Youth Assistance is a prevention program, mm-hmm, so that's absolutely our main goal. And in addition to the casework services I provide, I also work with a wonderful board of volunteers. Yes. And you can speak to that. And
it's great being a part of your board, actually.
Yes, yes.
And it's wonderful to know that this resource is right here in Novi and so readily available for our Novi community. Now, where are you housed if people were looking for you?
We are located in the Novi Civic Center,
okay,
and they can find our information on the City of Novi website.
Great.
Yes.
Great. And is it typically walk-in or calls, appointments?
They can certainly call the office, okay, and walk in at any time for information, but typically in order for me to work with a family, mm-hmm, we usually have there's a referral form that that can be sent to us, and that's how we open up our files.
Wonderful. I'm glad that, like I said, that this is a big part of our community and this resource is here. One of the great things about having Novi Youth Assistance now as a partner, along with the Novi Parks and Recreation Department and the Novi School District, is that the four of us went together and we put together Teen Space, which is located in the Novi Library. And I know that this is actually, I can't believe this, but it's going on its 4th school year. And Teen Space is open for teenagers in high school from grades 9th through 12th grade. How it came about was about 5 years ago when the library was doing strategic planning. We sat down with teenagers and we said, we've just opened our new building. I can't believe we're already 5 years, but we sat down with them and we said, we now have this building for you. We now have a lot of resources for you as teenagers. What more do you want from the Novi Library? And we heard from the kids that they wanted a place to hang out and socialize. And if you could imagine my reaction, I was like, how does a library become a place to hang out and socialize when, we're always known as this quiet place, which if anybody knows and they've been to the library, we are not really a quiet place anymore. We're really more a community gathering place. But we listened and really took their comments to heart. And we started working with youth assistants in the school and with Parks and Rec to figure out how we can be available to these kids. So Teen Space started, and it's every day after school from 2 to 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday, and it's right in one of the library's meeting rooms. And it's an opportunity for kids to stop in. If they want to just hang out and socialize, great. We have ping pong, we have video game equipment, there are tables because if kids want to study or they just want to hang out and sit at a table and socialize, play games, eat because we have a cafe. All of this is available to them after school hours. And I know that you've been a partner right from the get-go. And this year we started where the partners, we all went in and we actually hired someone to be that common person to be in our teen space. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and how you feel that role is for you as a youth assistance, as a partner?
Yeah, absolutely. I am I am so amazed at that program. I think it is such a fabulous idea, and I'm really, really, really proud to be a part of that partnership. Because Youth Assistance is a community-based program, it absolutely fits into what we do as far as wanting to provide services to the community. So I'm absolutely completely on board and really, really happy to be a part of that program. I think it's fabulous.
We see about 40 kids on average a day that come through. Sometimes it's been as high as 70. I think that's amazing that the kids know that they have a place that they can go after school. And some students might be waiting, you know, they might have this hour of lag time because they're waiting to go to a sport, and they don't, you know, they don't have somewhere to hang out, and so that's helped. And then we know that, you know, parents, we know how busy work schedules are and can be, and they might get caught at work, or they might tell their student, you know what, go head over to the library and I'll pick you up there. I think that's great because we've given them a place. I always like to tell parents, you know, we are a public building. I want parents to be aware of that, and you know, and everyone is welcome, and to be careful. And we try to have a very safe building, and hopefully by having this provides that opportunity for the students to have that place to go and maybe not get into trouble or make a choice that could be necessarily the right choice.
Right. No, I think it is such a bonus for the Novi families to have this. They're very, very fortunate.
And I'm happy to tell people that are listening today that there's a monitor always in the room, and that's where the 4 partners, you know, we're actually paying someone now to be there and to be available to the students and to make sure that, you know, the room is being used as it was intended for the kids. And I think that's great because that's, for us, we're able to tell parents, yes, we're providing that level of safety for them in the room, and making sure that behaviors, you know, stay pretty calm, you know, because kids can have fun and have a great time, and it can sometimes get a little crazy, but but to have that and to hopefully keep a balance. But also talk a little bit about some of the programs that Novi Youth Assistance, you know, as a board member, I know that there's a few things we do in the community above and beyond having your resource office.
Yes, as I had mentioned earlier, I do work with the board of volunteers who help drive our programming, so that these programs work as a supplement to, again, help support these families. So some of the other programming that we have available are family education programs, camp and skill building scholarships available for families that may need financial assistance.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We have holiday assistance, and then we just recently had our back to school program, where we had students that were able to shop at Myers. Myers was really, really great in helping with that. So we have a lot of assistance available, and it's important to also mention that families don't necessarily have to be part of my caseload.
Okay.
Again, any family within that live within the Novi School District can certainly, we can certainly help out in any way.
So it's more living in Novi, not necessarily even going in, it wouldn't be not necessarily the Novi schools, because we know that we have people that are attending Walled Lake schools and South Lyon schools, but they're in Novi.
Right, they would live within the Novi School District,
okay.
Yes,
very
and
good.
attending Novi schools.
Okay, very good. And also I know that you run a wonderful camp in the summer.
Yes. In the summer we have our teen center, and that is another wonderful plus for this community. The teen center is held, actually last summer it was held in the Novi Middle School, and that was a 7-week program. And that too, we can also provide scholarship assistance. So that's another wonderful way for families to have a safe and productive place for their kids while they're at work, and they have all that time off in the summer. It's a great, great experience.
It's so wonderful to hear all of these amazing programs that you have available, and I'm so glad that you were able to join me today, because it gives us a chance to talk about it, but also to share in case people are listening and they didn't know what was out there. These are some great resources to obviously be aware of.
Yes.
Lisa, thank you so much for joining me
today. Oh, you're
welcome. It's great working with you on the Youth Assistance Board, and also being a partner with you for our teen space. So I really appreciate the support you've given us. And I just, thanks for being here today. Thank you for joining Beyond Books.